Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, and the loving audience, all beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I, Ms. Nada Ratkovic, IIU board member, country director, IIU Croatia, the president of Research Center IIU, welcome you all to the second International SDG Conference ICDGC 2022 for the ICDGC leaders, the day 3 development, the meets that needs the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Our topic is living sustainability, transforming the world, social environment, economic equality, 17 SDGs, 12 days, 50 countries, and 100 plus global SDG experts, speakers, students, people, prosperity, planet, peace, and partnership. Our day 3, the topic is Good Health and Well-Being by the International Internship University, the event in 12 days. So here we are, right here and right now, having a lot of solutions. First today, I want to congratulate to all the International Day of Peace, peace in heart, peace in world. Please, today the topic this year of 2022 is stop the racism. Stop the racism because we know what is the meaning of that. Stop talking and try doing. Act. Do something for the peace and for the well-being of this world. So we cannot always build a future, but we can build it with our youth, with our students, our future. Today, I'm honored to present our organizer, International Internship University, a leading virtual education system, a global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well-reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs. It is committed to provide better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional costs and providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses, internships to their e-learners across the globe with the help of its 1,000 plus global educators. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries, 6 continents, under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, Sir, a committed, aspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. IIU has formed its 4 councils, namely Women Entrepreneurs Council, Student Development Council, Youth Development Council, Council of Educators. The main objective behind the councils is to provide support in every respect to the students, youth, women, entrepreneurs, and educators. IIU is coming every day with new events, education, summit, projects, and you are all invited to be a part of IIU. I, Professor Nada Ratkovic, as the president of IIU Research Center, thinks if you have ever thought about how world need to be without education, research, science, innovation, technology, or any development of anything, then IIU Research Center, IIU Women Entrepreneurs Council, Student Council, Youth Council, Education Council is the right place for you because IIU is bringing the change in each one field, bringing a revolution these 12 days in the SDGs. Always plan details and activities with IIU. Do it with us as great researchers, educators in IIU. And then put your review right on the Facebook. Please, dear watchers, participants, audience, dignitaries, today, write your reviews, please, because it is very important to us. We want to hear your voice. We want to hear what you are thinking about our sessions, our events, and all what we are doing. So, I will not talk a lot about our SDG 3 today because I have here great, eminent experts, speakers today on the IIU stage. So, we will learn together, we will share our knowledge together. So, let's start today with this day 3 on the topic good health and well-being. So, our first speaker today is coming from India. She is Dr. Anuya Malik. Dr. Anuya Malik is a well-known educator. Dr. Anuya, please enlighten us with your speech.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Greetings from India. I am Dr. Anuja Malik. Thank you so much for the wonderful invite to our second virtual international SDG conference. I think moderator Nada has already introduced me. So let's begin with SDG 3, that is good health and well-being. Can we share the slides?
Yes, it is great.
Okay. Good health and well-being. Health and well-being are the concepts which are individuals belonging to all age groups, categories, and backgrounds need to pay attention towards these concepts. The reason being, when they will be healthy, they will be able to concentrate well on the implementation of various tasks and activities. Furthermore, they will be able to achieve the desired goals and objectives and live efficacious lives. The individuals need to pay attention towards physical as well as psychological health conditions too. Good physical and psychological health conditions will contribute in living and successful lives. The individuals need to generate awareness and augment their understandings in terms of factors that are necessary in promoting good health and well-being. In accordance to the research studies, the individuals belonging to deprived and underprivileged sections of the society are also generating awarenesses in terms of modern and scientific methods to promote good health and well-being. The individuals, such as medical practitioners, healthcare specialists, and professional counselors, are rendering a significant contribution in imparting information among the individuals in terms of measures to promote health and well-being. The main areas that are taken into account in this research paper are relationship between health and well-being, measures to promote health and well-being, and benefits of health and well-being. So as we see, health is so important for individuals belonging to all age groups, categories, and backgrounds. It is not merely referred to absence of the disease, health problems, or illness. When the individuals experience any types of health problems or illness, it is stated that they are not keeping good health. When the individuals will possess good health, they will be able to carry out their job duties well, and they will render a significant contribution in achieving personal and professional goals and in sustaining one's living conditions in an appropriate manner. The individuals belonging to urban as well as rural communities are putting into operation the measures to promote good health. The research studies have indicated that in rural communities, if we see, the individuals mostly make use of traditional methods. They usually obtain herbs and medicinal plants from the forest, which are needed in promoting good health and treating health problems, illness, and wounds. If we see the present existence, with advancements taking place, there have been establishment of medical and healthcare centers in rural areas. These have contributed effectively in promoting health and well-being of individuals. In urban areas, if we see, there are establishments of medical and healthcare centers too, which are making use of modern scientific and innovative methods in making provision of medical and healthcare facilities to the individuals. The individuals are different from each other in terms of number of factors, such as caste, creed, race, religion, ethnicity, gender, age, educational qualifications, personality traits, and socio-economic background. Irrespective of these differences, all the individuals need to pay attention towards promoting good health. Health is wealth, as we all know. This concept is widely acknowledged by all the individuals. During the stage of early childhood, the health and well-being of the individuals are taken care by their parents. And when the individuals begin to grow, they generate awareness and augment their understanding in terms of factors necessary in providing health and well-being. In implementing ways which are needed to sustain one's living condition in an adequate manner, the individuals need to focus upon the ways of promoting good health and well-being. So these are elderly individuals also who are unable to understand the aspects. In such cases, information is imparted to the caregivers or the family members. Therefore, it is comprehensively understood that individuals need to possess satisfactory information and augment their knowledge. Let's see the relationship between health and well-being. Well-being is a positive outcome that is meaningful for the individuals belonging to all sections of the society. The reason being the individuals perceive that their lives are going well. Good living conditions are regarded as fundamental to well-being. The various factors that we see of good living conditions are housing, financial resources, employment opportunities, education, competencies, skills, abilities, aptitude, and career. Their lives, as they are regarded to be of utmost significance in promoting well-being. The relationship between health and well-being is highlighted in the fact that to ensure all the aspects that are needed to promote well-being can be put into operation in a satisfactory manner. In order to promote well-being, the individuals not only need to focus upon maintaining physical health, but also psychological health conditions. They need to be mentally sound as well. When they will be mentally sound, they will be able to put into practice critical thinking, analytical, and problem-solving skills in an appropriate manner. So thus we can conclude that good health and well-being are important for individuals belonging to all age groups, categories, and backgrounds. When the individuals will possess good health, they will be able to do well in their jobs and lives and contribute well in achieving personal and professional goals and in sustaining one's living conditions. So there will be a positive relationship between health and well-being. Thus, it increases the productivity, the profitability, and improves the health behaviors. It reduces the risk of diseases and health problems as well, and thus improves employees' morale, improves employee retention, causes reduction in stress levels. So finally, it can be stated when the individuals will maintain good health and focus on well-being, they will be able to do well in their lives and jobs and whatsoever and contribute in a well-organized manner in achieving personal and professional goals and in sustaining one's living conditions satisfactorily. Thank you so much. Thank you. The slides are covered.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Anuja. Thank you for your great presentation, for a great speech. What an amazing start. Yes, you explain us so important things about the well-being, about what it means to have a good health. What is it for us? Can we live? And if we don't take care about our life, what we eat, and etc. So this was our first great speech today. We are continuing. So now I'm calling our next speaker. Our next speaker is coming from Morocco. He is working on the whole SDGs. This today, SDG 3 is only one on which he works a lot, and not only him, his whole family. So here in these days, we will have an opportunity to meet his daughter and so many from his family. He's an amazing educator, as Adin Lakim. Welcome, Al-Azadin. Al-Azadin, please unmute yourself. I think again, bad network. He was here. He is here, but he don't hear me. Dr. Azazadin, please unmute yourself. No. I will come back again on him. He can't join us. So no problem. Let's go to the Lebanon. Let's go to country Lebanon. We have a great personality. We have a country director here of Lebanon, Miss Maha Shadeh. Welcome, Miss Maha. Miss Maha, please unmute yourself. I don't know what's happening with them. Miss Maha, please. Okay. Miss Maha. Miss Maha, do you hear me? Miss Maha, please unmute yourself. Is it? We don't understand you nothing. Maha, we don't hear you nothing. No. Nothing. Dear Maha, we don't hear you. We can't continue because we don't hear you. So I'm moving forward. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't hear you. You are in the car. Please, if you can stop or make your mic. Nothing. Yes, Maha, you can hear me, but we don't hear you. We don't hear you. That is a problem, that you maybe hear me, but we don't hear you. Try to fix your mic or something, your headphones. No. We will come back to you. So sorry. Miss Herdiana. Okay, just a minute. Maha, please try to fix it. We are going to Indonesia. We have a great personality. We have an amazing, beautiful woman, Miss Herdiana Devi Nurfika, and she is a promoter of the healthy life. If you are following her, if you are watching her, she is taking really a care about good health and well-being. So welcome, my beautiful friend.
Hello, thank you so much, Professor Nadia, for the lovely introduction. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone for watching us right now. First of all, I'd love to express my gratitude for the organizer and all the main speakers and also all of the listeners. Let me share my screen right now.
Yes, you can.
Okay, is it visible?
It's coming, not yet. It will come, not yet. Okay, no.
Oh, it's still loading.
Yes, it is still loading. Yes, great. You can continue.
Okay, as the previous speaker already mentioned about the correlation between good health and well-being. So here I'm going to continue some part. So according to the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. As a result, it is important to know that good health means being in good physically, mentally, and emotionally. It is important to have all three components of the definition in order to achieve good health. So if you see someone with a good shape, but he or she probably have unstable emotions, that you cannot say that that person is a good health, because in order to achieve that good health term, you have to consider three components, not only about the physical, but also mental and emotionally. So we need good health and well-being for so many reasons. We are more productive as human beings when we feel well. And when we are healthy, we can enjoy our lives to the fullest, having fun with friends and family and pursuing our passions. Like no matter how rich you are, if you are not healthy, even only in your state of mind, you cannot even enjoy your daily life. Even though you have a very luxurious life, but when something goes wrong with your mind, which is probably means that you are not healthy in a mental state, then you cannot even enjoy your life in your daily activity, no matter how many luxury stuff around you. And achieving good health is a crucial step towards living a happy and full life. And when it comes time to make a big decisions like choosing a career path, you'll have more resources to do what's right for you and your future. Because when we are not ready, even for our mind, no matter how many changes in front of us or many opportunities or possibility, even maybe it seems like a very close to us, but when we are not in a good state of mind, we cannot even think anything, and we tend to blame many things around us and think and feel like we are lack of support, we are lack of resources. But in fact, it's actually there is something goes wrong with our mind. So it doesn't matter how many resources you have, if you don't have a great health mental state, you cannot even enjoy and make a great decision in your life. So to achieve this goal, there are a few things that you can do. First, early detection. It's a normal detection, like invest in screening programs or high blood pressure, obesity, eating disorder like anorexia nervosa. So some countries maybe try to implement this, but the problem is that many countries, or let's say the countries that didn't try to invest much in healthcare, they cannot do an early detection. So it doesn't mean they cannot achieve this goal just because they didn't have so much support for the early detection, because it costs a lot of money. We can also achieve it with a mental health support. Provide children with resources that help them manage anxiety or stress. For example, art, music, therapy. This is less cost than try to make a screening programs in many institutions. Like we can start here from the education. In every country, when we try to implement the music therapy or simple, let the children, let the students enjoy the art class and we can educate them, then we can start the early prevention and also achieve the students in the future with a good mental health as well. Next is school-based interventions. Reduce the prevalence of suicide attempts by teaching teens how to appropriately express their feelings. It is very important nowadays because, excuse me, who is speaking right now? Mrs. Anita, can you please?
I mute her. Please mute yourself. I mute all. Please continue, Nerdika. Unmute yourself. Dear, unmute yourself. Nerdika, unmute yourself, please. We don't hear you.
Oh, can you hear my voice now?
Now, yes, it's okay.
Okay, I will continue again.
Yes.
So for the, okay, is it visible now?
Yes, dear. Yes, it is. Continue, please.
So for the school-based intervention, it's really important nowadays because the high rate of the suicide between the teens is really increased these days because so many factors, especially we live in digital age where people can do a cyberbullying much easier than before, and it causes them anxiety, stress, and trauma. So it's really important for the government try to implement the school-based intervention where the teacher or the instructor try to teach the teens about the appropriate express their feelings. Because when we talk to the teen, it's really important to let them express their feelings. If we try to stop them, then it might cause something dangerous for their future as well. So it's better to teach them how to express their feelings. So no matter what kind of the things or challenges that they might face, then they can try to coping with that and handle that. And next is community-based intervention. It's like developing policies that promote outdoor activities like city bike or sharing programs. Like what we are doing right now is a really great community-based intervention because we try to educate it. I'm sure so many youth outside there who might get a benefit of such a conference like this. So what are the real problems these days? As you can see in here, the low-income countries often have very limited health system capacity due to it's costly much, and also healthcare access and financial risk with income level. Like when you pay high tax, then if there is no much corruption, then it's probably going to invest in some healthcare system. But if there is so much corruption, no matter how high tax that you paid, then you will still get the same things again. And you can see the minimum diagrams in here from the World Health Organization and World Bank. So as countries progress from low to high income, the reliance on out-of-pocket spending to meet rising healthcare costs grows at first. And this frequently results in increased financial risk for people in the middle-income countries, like you have seen in the previous slide. So financial security indicators must be interpreted related with service coverage these indicators. And when only a small share of the population faces catastrophic health expenses, this may mean that financial barriers to access care are so high that many people cannot get health services. And this typically in low-income countries where service coverage is low. So they have to pay really hard when there's no subsidies, and the citizens have to pay so much, and when they feel like, okay, my life is already difficult enough, I don't have to pay much for the healthcare stuff, and they end up with discouraging themselves to try to check about their health. Or it could reflect a situation in which service coverage is high and social protection systems support affordable care. And this typically of high-income countries. As we all know, the high-income countries usually have a better healthcare system. So now here I have Japan as the example. Japan has one of the best healthcare systems in the world, and technology advanced and highly subsidized. It has a very strong social security system that every citizen contributes to benefit citizens regardless of age or status. However, that doesn't mean that system is perfect. Mental health is arguably the weakest link in the well-being of the Japanese, which becomes more challenging when the relatively conservative society places a stigma on the mental issues that they understand. The shunning often creates a vicious cycle of negative influence on society. Education and awareness are lacking, and are so commitment and financial support. This will be one of the portals to fill as Japan rides the road towards 2030. So even though it seems like the high-income countries has a better healthcare system, we can see Japan in here. No matter how good the coverage, the subsidies, and technology advance in there, the risk or the rate of the suicide is still high in there. It doesn't because of the lack healthcare system, but we have another thing as well. So in this SDG 3 in Japan, they try to spread awareness on mental health problems and services. As I mentioned earlier, Japan still has some catching up to do when it comes to mental health. The good news is that many organizations have already begun addressing the problems and gaps in Japan. There's still so many stigma in there. When you have a mental health issues, like you better shut down about it. You better not sharing over to person, or maybe open up to your family. They feel like they simply try to close themselves from another people and try to handle it by themselves. So when it comes to handle it by themselves, in this case, it might lead to high suicide rate, because we need support from another people when we feel such a stress or maybe even trauma. The next is understanding what's behind Japan's loneliness and social isolation. There's a growing culture in Japan called Iiu-Isdgc, which simply means the desire to do things alone. Because they are super independent, like I have said before, even when they have a problem, they think like, okay, it's better if I do it by myself. I can do it alone. I can cope with this. I can face it. It's actually a great mindset if you want to cover it, or if you want to challenge yourself, if you want to face it by yourself. But this growing culture tend to give a negative feedback when it comes to the mental issues, because when we are having a mental problems, for example, or a health problems, and we keep encouraging ourselves to only keep it for ourselves, then it may lead to another serious factors, even for a simple like, okay, I don't have to check my blood pressure because I think it's all good, I can maintain. In fact, if you try to share it to your friends or to your loved one or to your colleagues, they might suggest you or give you support and encourage you, okay, you need to see a doctor, you have to check this and check that. And it's much better than try to do all the things alone. So to achieve SDG 3 by 2030, we must become more conscious of how our habits affect our well-being. As time goes on, technology advances, we are becoming more at risk of developing illness from unhealthy lifestyle. Therefore, we must take steps to prevent this illness from occurring in order to maximize everyone's quality of life and longevity. There is also need to be increased investment in healthcare systems, especially in low-income countries where access to healthcare is limited or non-existent. And communities need to be empowered with basic health and well-being knowledge. That's why it's really important for us to have a conference like this, so we can educate people, we can raise awareness by trying to educate many people as possible. So your body is the only one you get. It's the only thing keeping you alive. So it's important to treat it well. You've probably heard the say like you are what you eat. And that really applies here because the foods we eat have a huge effect on our physical health. So it's important to make sure we are eating nutritious things that will help us stay healthy and strong. And we also should do our best to keep active and exercise regularly. Not only does it make us feel better physically, but mentally as well, because it gives us an outlet for all the stress in our lives and we all feel refreshed afterwards. It also helps keeps our minds young since the brain needs to exercise too. Because the thing is, when we talk about good health and well-being, we might only think, okay, we tend to keep exercising to maintain our physical level. But the thing is, we also need to train our brain because our brains also have muscle like our muscle in the body as well. So to increase the mental health service and reduce stigma, we need to raise awareness of mental health issues and combat discrimination against those affected by them. We can do this by first giving people information on what mental health is and how it affects them. These days, people tend to judge quickly or put on stigma over someone who got mental health issues just because they don't actually know that. When we don't know something, we don't have memory about the related topic in our brain, so we tend to didn't think before we say something. And when we have such kind of research information about the related topic, we tend to ask our brain to work more, to recall our memories as well. So it's really important to give people information, as when we see something about the related issue like mental health issue, we can recall that memory even we didn't try to notice it. It's better than we didn't have any basic knowledge about it. So we tend to speak without thinking first when we don't know anything. Next is encouraging early diagnosis of mental disorders so that patients can get treatment. This is why it's really important to teach people how to express their feelings, because when we express to have an early diagnosis, so we end up get the right treatment at the early stage, and people can help us and us also can help ourselves much easier than when we try to come later, because the sooner the better as always. Third is supporting affordable treatments for a range of disorders, including psychotherapy, counseling, drug therapy, and self-help groups. Maybe in many countries, I'm sure still big issues when they said like, okay, if I have to go to the psychotherapist, it costs much money. So it's really important to raise awareness that you be in order to release there's something much wrong inside of yourself, that you can try to find online self-help groups. And let's see whether it works or not. If it's really not works, then you can try to get a better help from psychotherapy. Yourself only years. This is the favorite one for me because yeah, I think I have shared something like this several times before. There's something that we can call as happy brain chemicals. There are dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. Dopamine, or the rewards chemicals, we can increase them by try something new, listen to music, or make a small list of tasks and complete them. So when you really a well-planned people or someone who's really organized, think in well pretty much, you might make a note and try to mark every task that you put on your note. And when you do that, you can increase your dopamine or the reward chemical. When it happens, when dopamine increase, you can give such a happy brain chemicals, which is really can help your body and mind to be more productive as well. Next is serotonin, or the mood stabilizer. If you want to have a stable mood, you can try to do exercise, or maybe simple get some sunlight by walking outside with your pet, or simple jogging at the afternoon or maybe in the morning. You can also increase serotonin by meditate and try to implement a healthy diet, because if you follow one of this, you can really get a good mood, because these four things is such a mood stabilizer. Next is oxytocin, or the hormone stuff. You can increase your oxytocin, or the love hormone, by get or give a message, spend time with friends, show affection, do something nice for someone. Because when it comes to related to another people, then it can increase your love hormone. The last one is endorphins, or the pain reliever. If you try to do regular exercise, yoga and meditation, it can really help you relieve your pains. And if you simple create music or art, you can also increase your endorphin, or simple watching maybe a comedy movie or a comedy show, you can also increase the pain reliever. So when we talk about the happy brain chemicals, is that really possible to hack all of these four things? The answer is yes, it's possible, because you can try to do a small thing. For example, like this. You can invite your friends, whether it's not only with your friends, it can be your loved ones, your family members, your college, your neighbors, or everyone. You can invite them to simple do yoga, or maybe exercise or jogging in the afternoon together. But for yourself, when you agree, make an appointment or a plan with your friends or your college or your family members, you have to make a note. So you can make a small list of tasks, which will increase your dopamine. And after that, if you try to do, or if you try to choose exercise or get some sunlight outside, then you can also at the same time increase your serotonin, right? And because you are going to do that with your friends or your family members or someone who is getting a connection with yourself, then you can also increase the love hormone at the same time, right? And if you do that regularly, then you can also increase your endorphin, or the pain reliever. So actually there are so many ways to increase our brain chemicals, which can lead to have a full greatest version of ourselves and being happy life. So the conclusion in here is, to achieve SDG 3 and improve global health, we need to make sure that everyone has access to good quality healthcare with access to essential medicine, as well as improving public health through policies that promote healthy living. But at the same time, it's equally important for us to make sure that our policy protect public health and don't promote environmentally damaging activities. Many things that happen nowadays is that we try to promoting a public health. Maybe we try to build something and we ignore the damage activities behind it. Don't do that. We have to make sure that it's going to be clear for our environment as well. I think that's all for my presentation today. Thank you for paying attention, and thank you for the opportunity as well. I hope you can have some take from this. Thank you so much.
Great, great, Herdiana. Great, amazing, like always. I always enjoy in your speech and presentation, and that's why I always learn a lot, because you are in this field, and that is very important for us. Uh, to improve our health, as you said, we really need to make sure that everyone has access to the good health care, to have access to the essential medicines, as well as that the public health, and also at the same time, like you say, it is very important to make sure that all our policies are protecting the health and promoting environmentally damaging activities. We really uh, we really need more lectures like this what our great Herdiana is giving. So thank you, and we are really always honored, and I always like to listen and have you here on our IIU stage, and not only here, everywhere, because you are amazing. Thank you. Now, now from Indonesia, we are coming back again. We are coming back again to Morocco. I think that we are not coming back again. Professor Azazeddin, are you ready?
Yes, Dr. Nada,
Okay,
I think
great.
I'm ready.
Great, great. Listen, I introduced you already, but I can say again, an amazing educator, all SDGs, all family. Morocco is proud on family Lakim, and we will have your daughter for a few days. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Nada. I'd like to thank IIU for this opportunity to give global speakers to speak on SDGs and their importance in our life. Concerning the SDG of today, is SDG number 3, human health and well-being. And given the importance of this SDG, we should speak and speak and speak about it again and again. So according to WHO, World Health Organization, health can be defined as not only a state of merely absence of disease or infirmity, but health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social being. Based on that, we can say that health and wellness needs a holistic, much broader approach. In this respect, human health and wellness has 8 broad dimensions. Dimension number 1 is related to the physical one. It's about caring for our bodies through nutrition, having fun and humor, exercising, sport, I mean sport here, and also having a good sleep. All these elements together lead to being well and being healthy.
We lost our Azadin again. Very bad network. So sorry because he's really amazing. We can learn a lot from him, but we lost him again. So I think that coming back, he will come. Beautiful Ijeoma, please, until our great Al-Azadin don't come back, welcome again to this great IIU stage. Me and you are together whole day. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Professor Nada. It feels so good to see you again. I appreciate the entire team of IIU for this opportunity of bringing all the SDG experts together for us to discuss SDG 3 today, which is health and well-being, good health and well-being. Before I continue, I would like to let people understand how we got here. How did the SDG goals came about? You know, in 2015, world leaders came together and agreed on 17 sustainable development goals for a better, cleaner, and more prosperous world by year 2030. So that's how we came about the Sustainable Development Goals. And when we talk about good health and well-being, I need people to understand that good health and well-being is important in every stage of our life. Whether you are a child, you are an adolescent, an adult, old or young, you need to prioritize your health and well-being, and also make effort to embrace self-preservation. This is important. Also, I want to niche it further because the SDG 3 goals, which talks about good health and well-being, has several aspects of health. It talks about the reproductive health. It talks about the maternal health. It talks about the neonatal health or the newborn health. It talks about the communicable and non-communicable diseases. It talks about different aspects of health. But as a medical biochemist, a reproductive health expert, and the CEO of Mommy and I magazine, which is the leading health and motherhood magazine in Nigeria, I would like to niche my topic further to discuss more on maternal health and well-being. That is what I would love to focus on today. And I want to focus on that because in year 2015, we got an estimation from World Health Organization, which states that 303,000 women die during pregnancy and following childbirth. This statistics is disheartening because we all know what motherhood is all about, especially some of us that are mothers. You know, a child spends 9 months in the mother's womb, gets nurtured, cared for from infancy to adulthood. And you know, why I keep asking myself, why do women die during pregnancy and childbirth? Why would a woman die in the process of giving birth to another life? Why would a woman have complications in the process of birthing a life? This is something that is supposed to give joy. This is something that is supposed to make a woman happy. But you find out that most times women are present with a 50-50 chance in the process of going to birth life. So I keep asking myself, why? And we find out that based on research, a lot of women have a lot of complications and complexities in the process of pregnancy, in the process of delivery. There are always complications. There are always emergency situations. Secondly, some of these complications, complexities are treatable or preventable if a woman has good antenatal care during pregnancy. But we know that a lot of women are not well informed. There are a lot of women out there that don't know anything about antenatal care. There are a lot of women out there, especially women in low resource settings, that have zero idea of what antenatal care is all about. They see it as a waste of resources, so they don't harness it. They don't make use of it. And based on research also, we got to know that 75% of maternal deaths occur as a result of bleeding, that's hemorrhage, bleeding, infection, high blood pressure, and diabetes. The worst of it all is that a lot of deaths during pregnancy and delivery, a lot of deaths that occur are uncounted for. They are not counted, they are not registered. It's still a global challenge. A lot of these deaths are not registered. So some women die without it being recorded because they are in remote settings. So these are the things that SDG goals are out to correct. These are the things that the scores that they want to set straight before the year 2030, so that we can have a better environment and we can also reduce maternal mortality rates of women going through childbirth. So one of the targets of SDGs, as I would like to talk about, we have the first target, which is SDG 3, target 3.1. The goal is by 2030, SDG states to reduce the global maternal mortality ratio to less than 70 per 100 live births. So SDG is ensuring creating the right awareness all over the world to ensure that the number of live births increase and also reduce the number of mortality rates. Maternal mortality rates can be reduced to the barest minimum as we continue to do this awareness, as we continue to create this awareness all over the world. The second target is by 2030, SDG is targeting to end preventable deaths of newborns and children under 5 years old, thereby reducing neonatal mortality to 12 per 1,000 live births, and under 5 mortality to as low as 25 per 1,000 live births. Giving birth to a child and nurturing that child they are two different things altogether, because we have women that gave birth to healthy children and before the age of 5, they lose that child. Before the age of 5, the child can't make it to the 5th birthday as a result of infection, diseases, one thing or the other. So the second SDG target is to reduce the number of children that die before their 5th birthday to the barest minimum, to reduce it, to make it as low as 25 per 1,000 live births. Is achievable. If we can hit this by 2030, I kid you not, by 2060, it will be reduced further to the barest minimum. So this is one of the goals. This is one of the SDG targets. And the target 3.3, which is by 2030, SDG sets to end epidemics such as AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, hepatitis, waterborne diseases, and other communicable diseases. Personally, I was part of this project. While I was in Kaduna State is a part of Nigeria, where I was involved in a project called Sheep for Maps project. And in the course of this project, we went to the field. What did we do? To enlighten people, to create awareness, to make people understand that for those of them that have HIV/AIDS, that is not the end of life. We encourage them to go ahead and take their antiretroviral drugs. We followed them up, we backed them up, we ensured that we always keep in touch. And we also had counseling services provided for these people. We also went to the field where we reached out to some of the female sex workers. What did we do? We ensured that they had a test. They had their STI test. that's sexually transmitted infection tests, to ensure that they embrace good health and well-being, because nobody is judging you for your decision. Nobody is judging you for how you are living your life, but we are careful and concerned about your health, because no matter the choice you make in life, you need to embrace self-preservation and well-being. This is very important. And the next SDG goal I would like to talk about is, by 2030, SDG set to ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health care services, including family planning, information, and education. I've already talked about the reproductive health care services that we provided in the course of our field work, but I also want to talk about family planning, especially in Africa. You see families having, you see a woman having 10 children, 15 children. You see some having 7 children. And obviously, the economy of the family financial strength cannot sustain or carry this family, this number of children. But they keep having more children as a result of ignorance. Sometimes you don't need to blame them because they don't know better. That's why we need to keep up with platforms like this, where we spread this message across and help people to be well informed. SDG sets out to encourage women to embrace family planning. You can have a child, but it is good for you to plan having your child. You can have a child, but you need to plan the future of your child. You can have a child, but you can plan the number of children you are bringing into this world, because it's not all about giving birth to a child. It's all about responsibility, making sure that that child gets the best, making sure that that child has a quality life, enjoys a quality living. That is the goal. It's not about the number. It's about the quality. How you're able to manage yourself and your resources to give your children the best. And this is what SDG is talking about, that we should embrace these things as women, that we should encourage more women out there in different parts of the world, both the remote places, the low resource places. We should encourage more women to be aware of their life, to be aware, to embrace self-preservation, to be conscious about ensuring healthy well-being at every point in time. That is what the SDG goals is all about. Like I said earlier, I am so passionate about maternal well-being. That was what pushed me to start Mommy and I magazine. You know, I wanted to create awareness for more women to know that they can actually understand their body better, because we live in a society where women are shy to talk about themselves. Women are shy to talk about their body. Women don't want to take time, to understand their reproductive organ. A lot of women don't even know that they have the right to say, I don't want this, because I don't want it. A lot of women live a life to please other people rather than pleasing themselves. So these SDG goals are addressing these things. And I kid you not, by 2030, we will have great development. We will have this information spread to the end of the earth. A lot of women will be enlightened, and a lot of people will embrace health and well-being for a better and more prosperous life. I thank you so much, the International Internship University, for having me.
We thank you, because I already said today, what a powerful woman, amazing woman, inspiration for all the women's great, 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 great. So I think that I have no word to describe you. Herdiana, do you have any word for her?
Well, I think she really explained well about, yeah, it's really important to have a desire to get a children, but it's really important that we have a really well planned about what we can give to them. It's not only randomly, but well planned. It's really great decision for every woman. So we are not going to miscarriage in some several ways because of some issues during the pregnancy. And yeah, I think well planned for the pregnancy is much better, and it's really going to be a great life for the children as well. And I really love all the message and a whole
Yes,
speech from you.
yes,
It's really great, ma'am,
yes,
and
really
really love
great.
to hear that.
Yes, thank you, Herdiana, because this is more your field, and you feel that, and this is great, really great. Now, after Nigeria, we are going to India. We are going and having an amazing personality. She is a researcher, a professional researcher, our great Dr. Kalpana Dixit. We always like to hear you. Welcome, Dr. Kalpana.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Nada, for inviting me. And I am really thankful to IIU for conducting this conference, ISDG, second time. First time also, I was a member, a delegate of this conference. So really, this is a proud moment for me. Actually, health and well-being is a prime concern. After COVID scenario, everyone is concerning about the personal well-being and global well-being, global health. So this is my presentation I would like to present in front of you. First of all, I would like to welcome all the wonderful delegates and like to thank you, the organizer, Professor Nada, Professor Dr. Piyush Pandit, for inviting me for such a conference. And Professor Nada, can I share my screen, please?
Yes, of course, you can share. You have a permission.
Yeah. So this is my screen. I'm going to share in front of you.
Okay.
This is my presentation. As you all know, the theme of today is SDG 3, and my topic is SDG 3, target, tool, technique, and well-being.
Dr. Kalpana, if you can put a full mode, please, if you can.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Is it visible?
Great. Yes, great. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So SDG 3, goals, health, and well-being. This is my first slide. I would like to say that ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Good health and well-being for all is a foundation for the sustainable development. And despite recent progress, major challenges remain with regards to health. At least half of the world's population still lack access to basic and affordable health services, and impoverishment due to the out-of-pocket cost of healthcare is on the rise. This SDG 3 goal has mainly 9 targets, target 3.1 to 3.9. And there are 4 sub-targets, A, B, C, D, and E. So I would like to say that target 3.1 explains reduce the global maternal mortality ratio 70% per 1,000 live births. By 2003, this is 3.2, and preventable deaths of newborns and children under 5 years of age, with all countries aiming to reduce newborns mortality to at least as low as 12% per 1,000 under 5 years of age, and 25% 1,000 live births also. This is target 3.3. And our goal is to end the epidemic of AIDS tuberculosis, malaria, and neglected tropical disease and combat hepatitis, waterborne disease, and other communicable disease. And target 3.4 says by 2030, we have to reduce by 1/3 premature mortality from non-communicable disease through prevention and treatment and promote mental health and well-being. So we are not talking about only the physical health. Well, mental health and wellness is also included in this goal. And target 3.5 says we have to strengthen the prevention and treatment of substance abuse, including narcotic drug abuse and harmful use of alcohol. And target 3.6 says that half the number of global deaths and injury from road traffic accidents has to be reduced. And many countries have been already conquered this goal. And I would like to say that in 3.7, we can say that universal access to sexual and reproductive health care services. This is very important, including for family planning and for the information awareness and the integration of reproductive health as a national strategies and program. And we have to achieve universal health coverage, including financial protection, access to quality essential healthcare services, and safe and effective quality and affordable essential medicine and vaccine for all. Target 3.9 says substantially reduce the number of deaths and illness from hazardous chemicals and air, water, and soil pollution and contamination also. And we can say that clean environment is essential for human health and well-being. On the other hand, air and water pollution as well as poor management of hazardous chemicals and waste contribute to undermine the health. So we have to take some advantage action, prompt action to save human being health. A natural disaster and environmental shocks can have substantial impact on health, including death, injury, disease, disabilities, psychosocial problems, and other indirect effects with damaged health facilities and disruption to the delivery of health services over extended period of time. These are the first targets of the SDG Goal 3. Target number 3A, it is strengthen the implementation of the World Health Organization framework convention on tobacco control in all countries as appropriate. 3.1B says support the research and development of vaccine and medicine for communicable and non-communicable diseases that primarily affect developing countries. Provide access to affordable essential medicine and vaccine is also important. In accordance with the Doha Declaration on the TRIPS Agreement and public, which affirms the right of developing countries to use to full the provision of all that medicine and vaccination. An agreement on trade related aspect of intellectual property rights that say flexibility to protect public health and in particular provide access to medicine for all. And 3.C says that substantially increase health financing and the recruitment, development, training, retention of the health workforce in developing countries, especially least developed countries and small island developing states. And what 3.D says, strengthen the capacity of all countries, in particular developing countries, early warning risk reduction, and management of national and global health risks. Now, the second part of my presentation is tools and techniques. How can we conquer all this? How can we achieve this sustainable goal 3? We have many tools and techniques all over the world. These tools are AIQ. AIQ is a software tool for health risk assessment of air pollution and carbon reduction benefit on health, carbon H. This is a calculating tool allows quantification of the physical and economic consequences for human health achieved through improvements in country level air quality from domestic case reduction, specifically policy mitigation, action, and major report as reported in the NDCs submitted by the Conference of the Parties to the UNFCCC in support of the objective, a set of Article 2 of the Convention. This is very much important, this carbon H. Then other tools for achieving this goal is the centralized information system for infectious disease. This is called CISID, Centralized Information System for Infectious Disease. What it can do? Uses advanced technology to collect, analyze, and present data on infectious disease in the WHO European region. Next tool and techniques part 2 is that Green UR. I think many of you have been heard about this. Green UR is a big plugin for QGIS, a free and open source desktop geographic information system. GIS, you have been already heard. I think everybody you have already heard this term. So this Green UR offered the possibility to measure availability and accessibility of green space in city. It accommodates algorithm to calculate potential direct health effect on green space, for example, on mental health and indirect impact, for example, through ecosystem services. So this is also very much important to mitigate all these problems. And health economic assessment tool, this is called HEAT, HEAT, for cycling and walking. This is amazing. Through this tool, we can find out the data and the facilitate evidence-based decision making. WHO has developed collaboration with the expert and online tool to estimate the value of reduced mortality that results from regular walking or cycling. This is very much important. And as such, the integrated sustainable transport and health assessment tool. This can be utilized to identify the bad impact of transport on the human health. And is that is a simplified methodological framework and accompanying software tool for the evaluation of the health and economic benefits of the carbon reduction measure in the context of urban transportation. We can find out all the data on this aspect. What a simple human being can do in their lifetime. This is the activity during lifespan of an individual. 25,915 days in the life of an average human. So what a human being can do? An average human being spends only 6.8% of time with their loved one and 0.69% of time for the exercising and 29.75% just sitting down lazy and 41% looking at a technological device. Are you surprising? Yes, I am also. Because this is the most dangerous thing to the mental, social, and physical health of the human being. Then facts about eating disorder and dieting. What can we do? 10%, only 10% of people with eating disorder receive the proper treatment, and 35% seek treatment from a facility that specializes in eating disorder. 42% of first to third grade girls want to be thinner. Are you surprising? I am. I am. The girls of from first to third grade, they want to be thinner. And 42% of young women with anorexia is 12 times more likely to die than other women her age without anorexia. And 91% of women surveyed on a college campus had attempted to control their way through dieting. And diet often or always, the percentage of this type of person only 22%. And 90% of those who have eating disorder are women between the age of 12 and 25%. Actually, overeating is also a method of reducing stress for women. This is my research. I can see that. And at least 1 out of every 10 people with an eating disorder is male. This is also surprising fact. And 5 to 10% of anorexia die within 10 years of onset, and 18 to 20% die within 20 years of onset, and 50% report over being cured. So this is all my data based on the facts about eating disorder and dieting, because people are taking the eating disorder very simply, but it is very dangerous to health. Types of mental illness. Actually, there are many types of mental illness. Psycho-neurological point of view, there are many diseases. But for simple observation and for simple understanding, I have highlighted few mental illness here that are very common, like anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder. This is visible in the picture. You can find a woman is taking bath after giving a dusting or cleaning a home. So this is a bipolar disorder. Depressive disorder. People come in depression after particular time of period due to overstress condition. Eating disorder. Eating disorder is called as the overeating, and obsessive compulsive disorder. Person is not satisfied with his or her act. He is repeating the act. If he is switching put the switch on, he can continuously do. If he put the lock on, he continuously do it. So this is obsessive compulsive disorder. And sleep-wake disorder, many times due to overstress or due to daily work routine, our sleep cycle is being disturbed and we wake and sleep again during night. That can be harmful to your brain also. Tips for well-being. I have mentioned all the facts and data and all the targets and sub-targets of the SDG. But what we have to do, how can we keep ourselves healthy and fit? So these are some tips for well-being. Be an optimistic. Stay connected with your family, friends, relatives, peer group. Accept yourself, whatever you are. Accept yourself in any condition. Practice mindfulness. Do meditation, yoga, exercise daily. And express gratitude toward the thing, whatever you have. and have hope. Don't lose your hope. You will keep positivity and positive mindset. Master your environment. Whatever our circumstances are there, you have to control your feeling. You have to just sit and observe and trust on God. You can do only it first. So master your environment. This is your first priority. Find purpose. Everyone has some purpose in life, so that purpose give positive tonic to leave you, to survive you, and to live happy life. Dimensions to balance your life. How to balance? There are many issues and dimensions surrounding you, and you have to satisfy this wellness need. You have to maintain balance between your social, spiritual, financial, environmental, intellectual, physical, and occupational needs so that you can balance your life and keep yourself healthy. How to maintain your health? You have to take proper food and diet. I am not supporting the dieting plan. I am supporting the appropriate diet as per your age and requirement. Then exercise, you have to do exercise daily. Then family and friends, connect with your family and friends. And sleep, take proper sleep up to 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 hours at least. Stress management, whatever stress are over in your head, you have to reduce them by practicing yoga, meditation, and different aspects because these are the problem. This is the life. So you have to manage your stress so that you can make yourself healthy. Holistic life. This is the concept of holistic life. You have to keep balance between modern life and traditional lifestyle. You have to take fruits, vegetables, minerals, vitamins, herbs, and keep your mind calm and quiet. And you should keep yourself fit. This is the holistic health. At last, the key suggestions to ensure healthy lives and promote the well-being of the children. UNICEF has 4 key asks that encourage all governments all over the world. Strengthen primary healthcare system to reach every person. Focus on maternal, newborn, and child survival. Prioritize child and adolescent health and well-being, including mental health. Support responses to reduce the impact on children and families of natural disaster, complex emergencies, and demographic shifts. At last, I would like to say your health and well-being should be your number one property. Nothing else is more important. So be positive, keep yourself healthy, take care of your mental and physical health. Thank you. Thank you, PhD teacher. Thank you, Professor Nada, for this wonderful idea on this wonderful international program. I am really honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, great Dr. Kalpana. An amazing presentation, great speech. We like to listen you because you always have parts from the introduction, the main part, conclusion. You really make it always great. Thank you. Thank you very much. And because, you know, our great Dr. Kalpana, she is in each one field. And like a researcher, she make it on her way with the figures, with the facts, with it. And that is really amazing. Big, big, big clap for our great Dr. Kalpana. Now,
thank you, Professor Nada. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, we are moving from India to Europe. You know, a country near me, near my country. And also, it is really a new person. For the first time, we have an opportunity to listen her. She is coming from Albania. I need to say something. We're talking about the good health and well-being. This summer, the Albania tourism was the hit in Europe. So I can't wait to hear what our next speaker will say about this topic. Welcome, welcome, dear Iliriana Anjoli. I hope I say correct. Welcome. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Your mic, please. We don't hear you, dear. We don't hear you. Unmute yourself. Don't hear you.
Yeah. Hello, Dr. Nada and everyone there. I am honored and grateful to be part of your conference, Iiu-Isdgc second conference. And I want to talk, I am an endocrinologist in my country. I want to talk for good health, the importance of good health. And then I'm starting now. Human beings have long been curious about the way that brings work, and that curiosity includes wondering about how we ourselves work. The fields of anatomy and physiology involve studying the structures. Whether we like it or not, living things are susceptible to any number of illnesses and conditions that can threaten and harm the health of these affected. Bacteria, viruses, and other microbiological agents are and should be in our focus. The plants and animals that are so familiar to us today may have been harder to spot millions of years ago. The theory of evolution of the modern biological theory is based on the idea that living healthy is so challenging and important. Health isn't just about being able to impress people at the gym with your weight lifting process. Humans have long sought to find cures for the ailments and injuries that befell them. This had led to a long history of diverse attempted treatments, including herbal remedies, leaching, and hydrotherapy. Health is a state of complete well-being and not merely the absence of infirmity. Healthy development of the child is of basic importance. The ability to live harmoniously in a changing total environment is essential to such development. The extension to all peoples of the benefits of medical, psychological, and related knowledge is essential to the fullest attainment of health. Informed opinion and active cooperation on the part of the public are of the utmost importance in the improvement of the health of the people. Governments have the responsibility for the health of their peoples, which can be fulfilled only by the provisions of adequate health and social measures. The enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being without distinction of race, religion, political belief, economic or social conditions. The health of all peoples is fundamental to the attainment of peace and security and is dependent on the fullest cooperation of individuals and states. The achievement of any states in the promotion and protection of health is of value to all. equal to development in different countries in the promotion of health and control of diseases, especially communicable disease is a common danger. This is the constitution of the World Health Organization. And now I'm talking some phrases about health. Health is wealth. Being healthy and fit isn't a fad or a trend, it's a lifestyle. Happiness begins with good health. You cannot enjoy your if you cannot enjoy your health. Be happy, be healthy. Good health and good sense are two of life's greatest blessings. Health is important to live life to the fullest. When a person leads a healthy lifestyle, the body remains healthy and the mind is active and fresh. Having good health is directly related to leading a productive life. The functionality of the body is interconnected between various organs. It's so important to mention the role of hormones in different diseases in our body. Hormones are so important. Hormone balance is so challenging. Keeping the organs healthy is essential for proper functioning. As health is the state of the principal mental and social well-being, having good health is so important. Life without good health is like an army without soldiers and chocolate without cacao. Health is important to live life to the fullest. When a person leads a healthy lifestyle, the body remains healthy and the mind is active and fresh. Living a healthy life would extend longevity and also regenerate the body and the mind. Having good health is of care importance to human happiness. What is health? The state of complete physical, mental, and spiritual well-being is called health. Health consists of maintaining of the body and taking preventive measures to reduce responsibility of developing various diseases. Health is the body's natural, functional, and metabolic efficiency to adapt in physical and mental changes to the body is exposed to. Having good health helps a person to perform their daily routine in a smooth manner. Physical health of a person means the body is not affected by any disease, whereas mental or social health is characterized by the ability of the person to accomplish various social tasks given to him. What is the importance of the health? Having good health is important because improve longevity. If a person doesn't have a healthy lifestyle, it would affect the daily routine of a person. When the body gets proper nutrition, it becomes more fit and healthy, improving longevity. Prevent diseases is the most important concept of leading and healthy life is to provide immunity strength against various diseases. The immune system is the body's natural defense mechanism to fight against foreign agents that cause harm to body. Having a healthy body and mind is very important for overall well-being. Improve mental health. Having a bad lifestyle would result in poor mental health. Adopting a healthy lifestyle would relax the mind and improve the mood. Only when a person is happy mentally, they would perform productively. Mental health is equally important as physical health. Lead a productive life, good health. A healthy person would serve his or her community and nation. Only when a person is not affected by any disease, he or she is considered healthy. This is turn would help them to serve better. This in turn would help them to serve better. Financial benefits, the cost of medical expenses is rising. Only if a person invests in health right from a young ago, that they would prevent or reduce the extent to which they develop disease. By having good health, they can reduce the possibility of themselves getting hospitalized and minimize the cost incurred for medical treatment. How can we achieve good health? By adapting a few healthy lifestyles changes, we can significantly improve our health. Consuming healthy meal diet plays an important role in overall health. What we consume is directly related to health. Consuming a healthy diet with a boost will boost immune system and improve overall health. Consuming more fruits and vegetables with improved health, consuming fewer animal products and hydrating on oneself is important. Regular exercise and keeping the body active with improved bone density and the muscle strength. Doing moderate to intense physical activity regularly has a lot of benefits. Shedding a few pounds around the waist will keep us away from type 2 diabetes and other cardiovascular diseases. Getting enough sleep is an important factor in improving health. Having proper sleep at the right time will improve physical and mental health and prevent various health diseases. Cutting down on refined sugar has a lot of health benefits. Refined sugar has empty calories, which would increase body weight and also spike blood glucose levels. All these activities and adapting health practices would bring the beneficial will be beneficial for people. To sum up, the health of an individual is not something that is to be neglected. Having good health is directly related to leading a productive life. The functionality of the body is interconnected between various organs and glands of our body. Keeping the organs healthy is essential for people functioning, for proper functioning. As health is the state of physical, mental, and social well-being, having good health is so important. Thank you for my possibility to talk.
Thank you, dear Ilariana. Thank you very much. Thank you for your speech. Very, very important. We learn a lot. We listen to you carefully. Really. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that we will see you.
Thank you, Dr. Dana, and I wish you the best, the good luck in your job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
We hope to meet again.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Now from Albania, we are going to Malaysia. We are going to our great doctor, Dr. Prem. Please, Dr. Prem, Iiu-Isdgc, enlighten us with your speech.
Greetings, Professor Nada and Iiu. My apologies for the video. I hope I am audible enough to impress my audience globally.
Yes, only your camera is closed.
Yes, I am sorry about that. My apologies. I hope I can make myself audible enough and express my thoughts for this United Nations SDG goal number 3, health and well-being, because I am practicing this science. And so I want to highlight this so that all can gain. So we, in the United Nations SDG goals, the 17 of them, out of that, the 3, I find it very close to my heart because being a medical doctor and also in the Asia and ASEAN region, I find that it's important to ensure the healthy lives and promote the well-being for all at all ages. And United Nations has already ensured that by 2030, everyone should have good health and well-being, though it's 8 years from now. And yes, we are not there yet. And I hope in 8 years, much can be achieved. So we all know how important it is to be in good health. Talking about COVID-19, has that gone? No, it has not gone. Monkeypox has also arrived. So we have challenges along with wars and climate change and other problems. So our health affects everything from how much we enjoy life to what work we can perform. That's why there is a goal to make sure everyone has health coverage and access to safe and effective medicines and vaccines. And yes, we have vaccine inequity, especially in Africa, and not all are covered yet. And the access to safe and effective medicines is still lacking. In the 25 years before the SDGs, we made big strides. Preventable child deaths dropped more than half, and maternal mortality went down by almost as much. Hope all of you are still there. May I just continue? And yet some other numbers remain tragically high. Uh, the fact that 6 million children die every year before their fifth birthday, sad, isn't it? Or that AIDS is the leading cause of death still for the adolescents in the sub-Saharan Africa. So the scourge is still there, the stigma is still there, and we still have not gone out of the pandemic, and we have more diseases coming in. So are we ready? So we have the means to turn that around and make good health more than just a wish. I want to again apologize to my fellow listeners, whoever been listening, but I can assure that as in this medical profession, I want everybody to be in good health and well-being. And I may add here, because I also advocate the complementary and the alternative therapies which are now practiced in USA and Europe and other countries in the world, along with this allopathy, which is recognized, though we respect the Hippocrates oath, which is still used, valid, and well respected. But at the same time, the lifestyle diseases and COVID-19 have become so challenging that the de-stressing methods, which were traditionally followed, have now come into the limelight again. So the holistic lifestyle, the wellness programs, and the therapies are trending now in the modern times, and there is a paradigm shift towards the complementary and alternative therapies as well. So if I may just quickly add here with the time allotted to me, along with this camera, which I'm not able to put on for the moment, the Ayurveda and the traditional Chinese medicine and the holism and the homeopathy, which was in German, and the Siddha and the chiropractic and the complementary and alternative therapies. And may I add here with a little chuckle that do you still know that laughter is still the best medicine? And yes, for the spiritual people, prayer also works. So why I've added all this is because we do practice along with visiting the doctors in the clinics and the hospitals and the medical centers all over the world. We also follow these sciences because they also work, especially in Latin America and Africa and Asia, and now America and Europe have followed suit. So may I add here that all this has become the point of not discord, but to join all of us together. And I hope that among the 17 goals, I find this United Nations SDG goal number 3, good health and well-being, very close to my heart. And I wish everybody good health, stay safe. Good night from Malaysia, truly Asia. And this is Dr. Iiu-Isdgc signing off. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Professor Nada and IIU.
Thank you, Dr. Prem, for your speech. We are really sorry that we didn't see you, but we hear you. Thank you. Now you are really you are a doctor and in practice, and you can talk a lot about this topic. We know that, and thank you very much. Now from Malaysia, we are going to Nigeria. We are going to Nigeria. We have a great personality, a great speaker. He is Kwazim Adeni Adetoro. Welcome, dear Kwazim, and please put your head little up because I see only little part of your head. Please get up a little. Okay, welcome. Unmute yourself, please. Okay.
Hello, good day to you, ma.
Please, we see only your eyes. Please, little up. Yes, 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 more. Okay.
Yeah, you can see me now, ma.
Yes, it is good now because you know we want to see you when we are listening.
Wonderful.
To you and our watchers on Facebook.
Good day,
Good
my
day.
Hebrew Excellencies. You can see me now.
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk about the number 3 SDG goals, and that is a good health and well-being. And I want to link it up with the Nigeria economy. So I want to present the topic as a good health and well-being and Nigeria economy. So when we're talking about good health, it's a state of a complete physical, medical, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of a disease or infirmity. A good health is a resource for everyday life, not the objective of living, and personal resources, as well as a physical capacity. According to WHO, 98 is a resource to support an individual functions in wider society rather than an end in itself. We have different types of health. We have physical health, mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, and financial health. When we are talking about the physical health, we are talking about the body function properly. When the body of individual is working properly, automatically we're talking about the physical health. A person who has good physical health is likely to have bodily functions and processes working at their peak. This is not only due not only to an absence of disease. Regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest all contribute to good health. Looking after physical health and well-being also involve reducing the risk of an injury or health issue, such as minimizing hazard in the workplace, practicing effective hygiene, avoiding the use of tobacco, alcohol, or illegal drugs, taking the recommended vaccine for a specific condition or country when traveling. Good physical health can work in tandem with mental health to improve a person's overall quality of life. Coming to mental health refers to a person's emotional, social, psychological well-being. So mental health is as important as physical health as part of a full active lifestyle. Good mental health is not only categorized by the absence of depression, anxiety, or another disorder. It is also depends on person's ability to enjoy life, bounce back after difficult experiences, and adapt to adversity. Balance different elements of life, such as family and finances, feel safe and secure, achieve their full potential. What is a well-being? A well-being has been defined as the combination of feeling good and functioning well. The experience of positive emotions such as happiness and contentment, as well as the development of one's potential. having controls over one's life. Positively is what we call a well-being. What are the factors that contribute to good health? We have genetic factor, environmental factors, we have education, and we have finance. Those are the factors that contribute to good health. When you have all these, definitely, one will refer to somebody as having good health. Well, what are the steps that can be taken to attain awareness of life? One, wanting to eat balanced diet, good nutritional diet, wanting to engage in at least 150 minutes of a moderate to intensive exercise every week. As a kinesiologist, as a nutritionist, as an educator, as a researcher, our good health has to come along with regular exercise. We need to screen ourselves for any disease so that at an appropriate time, we check our body functions. Learning to manage stress effectively, engaging in activities that provide our purpose. All those are the ways to attain wellness. How healthy are Nigeria people? Nigeria health outcome indicator are still unacceptable because in spite of all the efforts, our maternal mortality ratio is almost 814 per 100,000 people. Mortality rate for infants and children under 5 years is 70 and 104 per 1,000 life births respectively. All this indicates that the percentage of healthy people to non-healthy people in Nigeria is very low. Now, good health well-being of Nigerians and Nigeria economy. Nigeria, as a giant of African continent, will benefit greatly from making all our people to have good health and well-being, as this will turn out to boost the economy. Education has been identified to be part of the factors of a good health, and also is the bedrock of economic and technological advancement. Therefore, investing heavily in education is a priority for countries like Nigeria that seek to be among the world's greatest economy. Nevertheless, there has been a persistent outcry over the continuous fall in the standard of education in Nigeria. So quality education produces sound, innovative, healthy, and productive workforce. In Nigeria, about 45 million young people attend primary and secondary school. Apart from constituting a substantial percentage of the country population, they require special attention because the futures of the country depends on them. So to be able to maximally benefit from education, young people have to be in the best physical, mental, social, and economic health. So health and education go pari passu. They are strongly correlated. So good health enable growth, development, and optimal learning in children. So study of young people have found that health risk behavior negatively affects educational outcome, including graduation rates, class grades, and performance on standardized tests. Education behavior, including attendance, dropout rates, behavioral problem, and degree of involvement in school activities such as homework and extracurricular pursuits, and student attitude, including aspiration for post-secondary education, feelings about safety at school, and positive personal attitude. Learning condition is a significant determinant of learning outcome. So school can hardly achieve the fundamental goals of education if learners and staff are not in good health and are not physically, socially, and mentally fit. Children who are sick, hungry, abuse use of drugs will feel that nobody cares, and who may be distracted by family problem, and who may be distracted by family problem are unlikely to learn well. A wide variety of research has further demonstrated positive correlation between health and learning. So you will agree with me that when we're talking about Nigeria problem, Nigeria economy, we just have to allow the head of Nigeria people to raise. When we raise the standard of the living of Nigeria people, definitely Nigeria economy will improve. And one of the factors that can bring about improving economy is by having a good health and well-being of the people. And one of the ways to make that one happen is to have sound education. The practice of promoting health in the school was adopted by the World Health Organization in line with the principles of Untitled Chapter of 1986, with the pronouncement of the health promoting school concept. A health promoting school is one that constantly strengthens its capacity as a healthy setting for living, learning, and working. It was this global initiative which is seen as the most promising approach in achieving both better education and health outcomes that informed and guided the development of Nigeria National School Health Policy in 2006. One of the aims of the policy was to promote the health of the people. The health of the people, the health of the learner, so as to achieve the goals of education for all. When Nigeria realized that no nation can grow beyond its quality of education that transforms nation's economy. Good health and well-being of the people of a nation is a functional unit of the good economy. The sustainability of it will raise the standard of living, life expectancy, and efficiency production. All this mean good hope of the economy. So ensuring healthy lives and promoting well-being at all ages is essential to sustainable development of a nation. So health is an important determinant of economic development. A healthy population means higher productivity, thus higher income per head. The importance of human capital to economic growth cannot be overemphasized because it serves as a catalyst to economic development. The contribution of health expenditure on economic development emanates from the health-led growth hypothesis. It considers health to be capital. Therefore, investment on health can lead to an increase in labor productivity, thus increase in income and subsequent increase in the well-being of the population. The importance of health as a key aspect of development and economic well-being of individual and nation development is increasingly being recognized in the world. This can be seen from a series of reforms taken by African countries to increase investment in health in order to meet the 8 Millennium Development Goals. African leaders have expressed this trust through actions such as 2001 Abuja Declaration on an increase in government funding for health by allocating 15% of the government budget to the health sector. The 2006 Addis Ababa Declaration on Community Health in the African region, Declaration on Primary Health Care and Health System in Africa. The high-level task force on innovative international financing for health system recommended that by 2009, low-income countries should allocate at least $44 per capita to deliver an essential package of health services. So more than a third of African countries have not been able to meet both the Abuja targets and the HLTF recommendations, except for Botswana, Rwanda, and Zambia. So it is equally important to note that Equatorial Guinea has not even attained that target at all and did not even attend the program, but has significantly has high health expenditure per capita. So Nigeria economy is still crawling because the standard of health status of our people is still lower compared with the advanced countries like USA, UK, and so on. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, great Kwazi Madani Adeteorio. Today we listen great speeches from educators from Nigeria. We are really honored. We like what you say, your opinion, your solution, what you are thinking about the good health and well-being. So really, really amazing. We have here Dr. Amrik. Please, would you like to say something on this topic? Dr. Amrik? Can you unmute yourself, Dr. Amrik? Okay. So let me say something about this topic. So what I want to say, listen today, our amazing speakers, a lot of new things we learn, what is important. I want to say something about this energy balance, so what it means, the energy balance and the hierarchy of the evidence. So energy, I need, Herdiana, please, can you mute? So, energy. There's something. Herdiana, please, can you mute? I don't know what's happening. Mute. Okay. Okay. So what to say about the energy balance? Energy can be created or destroyed, also can be transferred from one state to another. So the first rule is when you take in more energy or calories, then you burn, you gain weight. 2, when you take in less energy than you burn, you lose weight. Third rule is when you take in the same energy as you burn, you maintain that. Why I'm talking about this? Because today it is very important, this energy balance. You see how much we today are online, how long we are sitting by the computer, by the laptop, listening, talking. And also, I want to mention 5 universal principles for the good nutrition. Principle 1 is weight loss and weight gain come down to the 1K equation. So we see the K equation. What is the principle 2? If we are talking about this, the protein is the most important macronutrient you need to get in. Why? The reason, because this protein helps you to eat less without feeling so hungry. You know, today women always think that they have a lot of the weight, that they don't look good. So learning what to eat, what is our good health. We need to know the principles about the good nutrition. So that protein can help you to eat less without feeling so hungry. Also, the reason 2 is the protein can make it easier to you to build and to maintain your muscle. So you know, all the men wants to have big muscles. What is the third principle? As food processing increases, our nutrient density is decreasing. That is a rule. Food processing increases, nutrient density decreases. What about the fruit and vegetables? The principle 4 is fruit and vegetables reduce disease risk and can help you and may help you to lose your weight too. Principle 5, sleep affects what you eat as well as you overwhelm your health. What it means? What you eat. So what do you eat today? Do you eat today? Do you have a lunch today? Or you will have a supper and go to the bed with the supper? And what about the people who don't that have? So I want also mention this for this topic, very, very important for me. As an educator, I think that we need to adopt school meals for all. What it means, we need to provide the proper equipment, necessary training for school nutrition professionals to serve it more freshly. It need to be prepared like from the locally, from the ground food, from the locally ground food. And the schools, the university are playing a critical role in the children's health. If we want to talk about the health, we need to have the school meals for each one child. So it is good also to create your own spectrum with the main meal, with the fruit, with the veggies, with the sides. And yes, the better health and nutrition will allow you to learn and perform better. We need the energy. We are always, and if we talk about the nutrition, it is essential for the success of the all SDGs, all 17 SDGs. If we want to achieve the SDGs, and many SDGs impact on this, we need to say that it is essential for food, for agriculture. Like economics, I always want to say, no, we have a word nutrition. So if we divide it on two parts and say nutri and then tion. First part, nutri, means at the heart. Every $1 invested at the heart. That is nutri. Another part is nutrition. It means of the SDGs. Give $1 of return. So nutrition at the heart of the SDGs mean every $1 invested gives it $16 to return. Remember that, and remember that and think always about that. We are on the stage of Iiu. I can say proudly that our founder, Sir Piyush Pandit, in India, and not only in India, is giving the school meals. There are so many you can find if you watch the official videos. He called them my heroes, my kids. So many school children have a meal from Iiu. And that is understanding, and that is a contribution to zero hunger. We are talking about zero hunger yesterday, no poverty the first day. And today we are talking about that, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. How we are doing? Are we doing that? Yes. And what it means? Poor health constitutes suffering, and it means deprivation of the most fundamental kind. And I will repeat today. Today is the International Day of the Peace. What about the peace? We are talking again, I said, about this topic. Dr. Kalpana explain us each one target. Herdiana show us what we need to do, what kind of exercises. From the field of medicine, we have Ilirigiano, Dr. Prem. So today we really cover, I can say 90% of this topic was really covered. So we need to have a progress of food security and nutrition. Food security, food availability, domestic food, food impacts, access to food and nutrition. And There is no one size fits of the model. There is a no size fits of a model of nutrition standard for the school meals. Think about that. Try to act on this. Try to help our kids, our students, our children who don't have today a meal in the morning in the school, and not only in the school. I mean at home. We have a person who want to join. Who is this? Just a minute. Is he a speaker? No, no, he isn't. So okay, we are here. For me, it was really a great day, a wonderful day on this great topic. I want to thanks to each one of you, my great experts, my great speakers. Today, you really make it wonderful. And I can say that for this third day, each one day is, and how the days are going, I think that we are covering more and more of this SDGs. I want to thank our great founder, because without him, we will not be here on the IIU platform. We will not share our knowledge. So thank you, Sir Piyush Pandit, for this opportunity for great IIU. Yes, we are doing the changes. Each day we are changes because you gave us to bring that changes worldwide. I want to say see you tomorrow uh, on the day 4th, on the day of the SDG 4 of the quality education. You know, we will have quality education is divided in 3 parts, because so many speakers, so many educators applied for the SDG 4. So we will have 3 days of the quality education. So till tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you tomorrow, and continue our great mission. Let's make this world a better place for living. We are the change makers, and we are the ISDGC 2022 leaders. Thank you very much, and see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.